For this experiment, you will need a retort stand, some clamps, a meter stick, a spring, and an assortment of 50-gram masses. Now, for the setup of this experiment, the meter stick is clamped vertically. The spring is attached to a rod horizontally, and you can see attached to the spring is a pointer. This pointer is pointing at the 60 centimeter mark, and all of our spring stretches will be measured from this point. Now, for trial 1 of this experiment, we put 0 mass and therefore 0 force on the spring, and the pointer is pointing at the 60 centimeter mark, and this is where we will make all our measurements from. So for trial 2, we place 50 grams of mass on the spring and see how much the spring stretches from that 60 centimeter mark. So with 50 grams on the spring now, the pointer is pointing at 61.2 centimeters, and so the spring has stretched 1.2 centimeters. Now for trial 3, we put another 50 grams on the spring and note how much the spring has stretched now. So with now 100 grams of mass on the spring, the pointer is pointing at 63 centimeters. So the spring has stretched a total of 3 centimeters. And now we'll just continue adding 50 grams each time, measuring the stretch of the spring from that 60 centimeter mark. Now with 200 grams of mass on the spring, now with 250 grams of mass on the spring, you can see where the pointer is indicating. Now with 300 grams of mass on the spring, now with 350 grams on the spring, here's your reading. And now 400 grams of mass. And now 450 grams of mass. Now here's the last trial, trial 11, with 500 grams of mass on the spring. And with 500 grams of mass, the spring has stretched to this reading. Now, with this information and the worksheet that accompanies this video, determine the relationship between the force acting on the spring and the stretch of the spring, and determine the spring constant of the spring.